if you, we are free all the week, so if you can come.
Diagnostic technique, historical analysis, survey.
But you have not to think that.
What is a multiplication? There are several more complex, of course, but it's a starting point. Yeah. It's more or less the same.
Italy, so national territory, but we work along mobile scan and stencil carta. The difference between the two.
All you need to know is that there are many different you can touch, not the infallible one, and also the target, because this kind of system should be used to manage the.
Ciao, 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 ciao. Okay.
About this project because
This is a box. If you're putting it inside, we gave them the jacket inside in this case.
This has nothing to do with you. Yeah.
from
made something yourself and it has been like more unique, like an artwork or something like that, and it's more unique to you?
And playful as we can. So like as she said, we would like make our employees to organize different workshops for students. It would be helpful for young artists to support them and also
and sustainable management of cultural heritage, and I think it was also for the students attending the school a quite nice experience to stay in contact with something that's happened.
The municipalities and also together with the University of Pavia. And it was built in reinforced concrete, so the language of the architecture is the contemporary one.
The way it was before the fire in 1828.
With the bucket that you can see there, and the digital application.
Former reception hall, it's now a place to rest and read, but also a place for cultural events, exchange and debates.
And now it is used as an exhibition hall.
The two pictures that I'd like to show you are these two ones that are drawings of the medieval ages.
Hi, I'm Daniela from Ukraine, from University of...
Yeah, you should take it again.
Okay, try again. Okay. Hi, I'm Daniela from Ukraine. No. Are you sure?
I'm Daniela from...
I'm probably from Ukraine, I'm not sure. Hello, my name is Daniela, I'm from Ukraine and I'm studying in the University of Alexandria in Iași.
Salut, numele meu este Ștefan, my name is Ștefan and I come from the University of Iași.
So I'm Elisa and I'm from University of Turku. Hey, my name is Maria, I'm from Ukraine and I'm from Baylor University.
Hi, José from University of Pavia.
Hi, my name is Osman, I'm from Poitiers.
Hello, I'm Milusha and I came from Germany. My university is Friedrich University, Jena.
Hey! Hello! I'm Tom from University of Turku.
That we are all here. You can also see kind of transformation that occurred during the time, and I think that from a theoretical don't have exact knowledge of the context of the field, so we may divide the foundation of the cathedral. You can see, for someone of you that may be interested in historical techniques, during the construction of the new cathedral was not necessary, so it was just covered by the new floor. There you can see the mosaic that has been discovered, and you can look at there the ground floor external, so you may have a perception of the different halls and levels which you are moving on. And on the opposite here, on the left side, one of the other pillars of the ancient cathedral, slightly coming into the ancient Romanesque crypt. So these arches, the big arches that you see there, belongs to the new cathedral and belongs to the structure or the foundation of the walls elements of the cathedral. But this one, don't touch, but I never this one that you can see is the medieval wall. So you may train yourself. I don't know if there is someone of you that's studying and applying courses in restoration of historical techniques, but otherwise this is a quite interesting point of view. This is the medieval wall, and immediately after that you can see the medieval columns that was in the crypt. So now we are entering through this wall. Was this door, this passage was opened during the restoration because this wall was built up during the 90s, and so this was demolishing needed to guarantee this passing through. So you can recognize here the medieval structure, really thinner than the 19th century structure, with completely different technologies also in connecting bricks and so on. So mortars are different, typology of the bricks are different, and so we are now, this means that we are now passing from a 19th century space to a 12th, 13th century spaces. So this is a kind of time door moving around. Crypt of the Romanesque cathedral, and the concrete that you see here is 1933 concrete, because now we are under the transept. Over there, the contrast among the structures of the ancient crypt, which are the columns that you can see with thin, elegant, fine, added during the restoration process. The first thing is that wall. Probably some of you may remember what we have said before the coffee break. Just remember that curved wall that we will encounter. This was exactly the perimeter of the ancient apse that was moving here, and now, of course, having that drawing, we can quite surely reconstruct virtually the idea of that space. And this could be also another further research and enhancement of the museum too. We have now the technology, for instance, to reconstruct the original space.
later, and they equal cosmos. And the female lay eggs, they are nothing borrowed from the dead. To just preserve in a museum. You have taxidermy in this part. That is the thing that is most famous about the museum. But the taxidermy does have an evolution in time. Because what is a taxidermy? You have the skin of the animal, you prepare a wooden dolly, and you put the skin of the animal on the college. One of the college of Pavia have this one that donate to the museum. But why is important? Collect the bones, because the bones are fundamental to study the axis. With the bones you can study the muscle, where the muscles are, you can see and study the proportion, a lot of things. How they prepare? With a lot of methods. You can boil the animals, you have the meat, just a lot, and you can take bones. Or use, ever see CSI? Or bones, the telefilm bones. You can use insect, they're domestic. They're little insect that eat bone, eat meat, and leave the bones. And also where we put, in which category we use. The animals have magnets, so when the red list came from other years,
ragazzi. Why build something in Pavia? Well, at the time, Pavia was the only universitarian city in all of the state of Milan. Carlo had studied here. Most of his family, the Borromeo family, which was one of the most important noble family of the time, studied here.